Hello, viewers. My name is Zach Hardy, and we beat What Culture to the point. Well, not exactly the point, but we beat What Culture to the punch. We managed to create our own WrestleMania 33, how WWE should book. So, those who say we're copying off of What Culture, fuck you, we did this first. Anyway, obviously, as you all know, if you're regulars on this series, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. I'll tell you the same at the end of the video. New content whenever the fuck I feel like posting. I've been busy creating a band. I'm running this YouTube channel. Go like my other videos. Just, yeah, whatever. Anyway, I like to book shit. I like to plan things. I like to make a mockery of how other people book them. And I figured since a lot of people will tell me, if you don't like the way they're booking it, how about you go and book something else? Or how about you go book it yourself? And I'm like, fine, I will. And I'll do it on my YouTube channel for that matter. And I decided to. I actually decided to go for it. And of course, the best first way to start is by booking the greatest pro wrestling event of the year, other than Call to Greatness, and other than Wrestle Kingdom, WrestleMania. And what better way to start than the 2017 edition, since we are in 2017 and we've yet to reach WrestleMania 33. So I'm going to book WrestleMania 33. The SmackDown side, the Raw side, the 205 Live side, and the pre-show side. I'm going to give a little bit of backstory. I'm going to give my thoughts on the match, what I do after the match, and who would win. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So first, we're going to start with the pre-show. We've got two Raw matches, we've got a SmackDown match, and we've got the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. For the first match on the pre-show, we have Nia Jax against Sasha Banks. Obviously, this has been filmed after Royal Rumble, so Nia Jax has beaten Sasha Banks at the Royal Rumble on the kickoff show. What we're going to try to do here is pretend that Sasha Banks, out of kayfabe, has been injured. She re-injured her right knee, and she's been taken off television. She'll miss Fastlane, etc. So Nia Jax is like, I don't have anybody to face at Fastlane, so give me some local jobber. So they do, and Nia Jax is set up for the pre-show at Fastlane against this local jobber. So what happens is the match goes on. Nia Jax is facing a woman by the name of Payton Royce. Payton Royce, this is her way of getting people, and we're going to try to keep the local jobber status down. We're going to call the jobber something else. We're just going to call it the NXT talent. So NXT's picking somebody out to go up against Nia Jax. Payton Royce seems to be the best fit. Billie Kay, for me, is a little bit too fixated. She's already had her taste of the main roster a couple of months ago on SmackDown. Give Payton Royce a chance. And Payton Royce seems to be the more charismatic of the two. So if you had her be the NXT talent, show her having a good outing, perhaps you'd get more viewers onto NXT. Maybe try to figure out what NXT is all about. You know, WWE has done this whole thing where NXT talent will come up to the main roster when they're ready, and then they'll stay on the main roster. You had an NXT talent come from NXT, go to the main roster for a couple of weeks, then go back to NXT. You'd have people following them if they created enough intrigue. So Payton Royce with charisma goes into her match against Nia Jax. She's actually doing a lot better than most of the other jobbers that have happened to stumble across Nia Jax. And Nia Jax ends up ripping her apart towards the end of the match. So she's going for a leg drop. And she's bouncing off the ropes, and the referee is looking at Payton Royce. Sasha Banks props up from underneath the ring, smacks Nia Jax across the back of the head with a crutch. Nia Jax turns around, tries to swipe at Sasha Banks, and Sasha Banks, behind the referee's back, pulls Nia Jax's head down across the rope. Payton Royce hits, I don't know, an enziguri, knocks Nia Jax down, and covers her very quickly. 1, 2, and right after the 3, she hurls Payton Royce across the air, and Nia Jax is beaten. She is livid. She is incensed. The next night on Raw, she is ripping apart the entire locker room. She wants her hands on Sasha Banks, so Sasha Banks insists on having one more match at WrestleMania 33. Tends to be the pre-show. Nia Jax beats Sasha Banks at WrestleMania 33. Sasha Banks puts up a fight, puts up more of a fight than she did at Royal Rumble, because let's proclaim that she had a knee injury at the Royal Rumble. Now she's completely healthy. She missed a month. She missed about 2 months, roughly 2 months. And she is now capable of destroying every fucking buddy. All right? Nia Jax beats Sasha Banks. Clean. No help. Moving on. Next Raw match. Gallows and Anderson defending the Raw Tag Team Championships against Cesaro and Sheamus. So, Gallows and Anderson beat Cesaro and Sheamus at the Royal Rumble in the 2 referee stipulation. They have a rematch at Fastlane. Gallows and Anderson on the brink. Quite honestly, I don't know how you would want to book it with 2 specific participants. So what I'm going to say is Gallows and Sheamus are in the ring. Sheamus is setting up for the Bro kick. Gallows is hurling himself up. And Anderson takes a page out of Cesaro and Sheamus's book. He pretends to tag in on Luke Gallows. He walks into the ring on Anderson. Gallows picks him up, hits him with a one-man magic killer, because why the hell not? That would be cool to see. Pins him 1, 2, 3, clean retain. Gallows and Anderson win on the pre-show. Next is the other SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, SmackDown. It is American Alpha defending the SmackDown Tag Team Championships against the Revival. Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. Obviously, the Revival has been one of the most fluently over, whether it's been face or heel tag teams on NXT over the past year. They've just started getting over the crowd. The crowd's now cheering to their music. Obviously, you want to have them wait a little bit more, but my take would be American Alpha beats everybody in the gauntlet match. The gauntlet match at Elimination Chamber, retain the titles. They've gone through hell. And then you see these hooded figures in NXT sweatshirts with lead pipes. They beat the shit out of the Revival. They beat the shit out of American Alpha, hammering away on their backs, at their legs with the lead pipes before utilizing all these tough man mechanic moves and practically leaving up the ring with everybody in shock of what the just happened. So in turn, the Revival have made their main roster debut and main roster impact. American Alpha is also incensed. Not as much as Nia Jax, but they want their hands on the Revival. They took away their moment. This was their first championship defense that went successfully, and the Revival decided to make a name for themselves at American Alpha's hands. So they're going to try to switch roles. American Alpha challenges the Revival to a SmackDown Tag Team Championship match at WrestleMania 33. The Revival hold off for a couple of weeks. They show up and they answer the challenge. They accept. American Alpha runs down from the entrance ramp and starts brawling with the Revival, who can't get out of the ring quick enough. So they pull a classic Ultimate Showcase Wrestling, and they have the Revival scurry away through the crowd and out the doors, with American Alpha chasing them, with the SmackDown Tag Team Championships in hand. So this is creating blood flow between the two. At WrestleMania 33, the Revival pick up a win over American Alpha with their classic Revival shenanigans, and overall heel pickup win. Scott Dawson pins Jason Jordan with Dash Wilder holding Dawson's feet on the bottom rope. Referee doesn't see it, calls the 3 count. Revival walks away new SmackDown Tag Team champions. Final match on the pre-show, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. You have a boatload of people. You have Apollo Crews, you have Baron Corbin, you have Dolph Ziggler, you have Shaquille O'Neal, because I don't want Shaq versus Big Show. You have Big Show, Luke Harper, Kane, and anybody else you can think of. Heath Slater, Tyler Breeze, Mojo Rawley, why the hell not? Comes down to the final 3. Big Show, Dolph Ziggler, and Baron Corbin. Big Show is beating down Ziggler and Corbin each time they come up at him. We made it clear before WrestleMania 33 that the Big Show is planning on retiring, and WrestleMania 33 will be his final match. So Big Show has been on a tear the entire way through the match. He's eliminated 7 8, 9, 10 guys in his final strong moment. He's down to the bottom 3. Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, and The Big Show. Corbin and Ziggler pile off after Big Show, one after another, shoves them down like they're nothing. Ziggler comes up, knockout punch, straight to the jaw. Ziggler falls backwards, falls through the bottom rope. Baron Corbin and Big Show steady up, and they proceed to have practically a singles brawl until Baron Corbin is just clotheslining the shit out of Big Show in the corner. And then Big Show pushes him off, tries to walk across the rope, or walk across the ropes, holding his balance, and Corbin is trying his damnedest to throw Big Show or to lift Big Show over the top rope. The crowd is chanting, no, 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 because this is Big Show's final match. Everybody knows it now. So they're rooting for the Big Show this one last time, because this is the final time they're going to see the Big Show in action. Big Show is holding his own. He's raking at the eyes of Baron Corbin. But Baron Corbin is driven on doing one thing, and that is winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal for a second year in a row. Big Show is falling backwards over the top rope quicker and quicker each time until he's literally halfway over the top rope, and he's holding on to Baron Corbin's arm as he goes. And Baron Corbin is still struggling to get the Big Show over. Dolph Ziggler runs into the ring. They've forgotten about him. It's been 5 minutes since he got knocked out. Scurries under the rope, back into the ring, lifts Baron Corbin's legs over the top rope. Big Show gets eliminated. Baron Corbin gets eliminated. Big Show hangs on to the apron. Dolph Ziggler drop kicks him, hits a zigzag, and Big Show finally falls over onto the floor. Dolph Ziggler, heel Dolph Ziggler, wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and from here on out, we make the tournament feel special. Now we get into the main card. We start off with a SmackDown match, the Intercontinental Championship match. Dean Ambrose with Renee Young in his corner against The Miz with Maurice in his corner. One-on-one Intercontinental Championship match. These two have a normal style WWE type of match. However, Dean Ambrose is kind of starting to turn a little bit heel. The Miz is working whatever he can. He's working his classic heel style. But Ambrose is kind of becoming desperate. He puts Miz down with a DDT. Puts him down with a suplex off the top rope. Puts him down with a drop kick right to the jaw. Picks him up brainbuster. 1, 2, each and every time. It's a 2 count. Ambrose is becoming pissed. He can't put Miz away. So, when it comes down to it, the end of the match, Ambrose is looking for the dirty deeds. Maurice gets up with a bottle of hairspray. Ambrose turns around. Maurice goes to spray. It's jammed. The hairspray indicator, or whatever, the cap, will not budge. She's shaking it. She's aiming it at Ambrose, but it won't budge. So, Renee Young, in her retaliation from a slap a couple of months ago, pulls Maurice off of the apron, slaps her across the face, knocks her to the ground, and then does that. And walks away. Dean Ambrose turns around. Miz goes for a skull-crushing finale. Ambrose turns around, counters it. Dirty deeds, 1, 2, 3. Ambrose retains the Intercontinental Championship. Now we get into another Raw match, or our first Raw match. I hate the fact that I'm actually including it, but I have no other choice. First Raw match of the night, Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. Now, we all saw the Royal Rumble. Hopefully. We all know that The Undertaker got eliminated by Roman Reigns. He sat up on the outside, looked at Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns had the classic rock eyebrow, and we knew something was coming forward through that. We're going to end up getting Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. So I decided I'm booking WrestleMania 33. I'm going to book it my way, not the logical way. Although I stayed in boundaries, because if not, I would have had Cody Rhodes and everybody being involved. Kenny Omega and shit. Can't do that. So, Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. The Undertaker appears on Raw 3 weeks before. Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley are discussing Roman Reigns' opponent for WrestleMania. He just lost at Fastlane against Braun Strowman. So now, I know, it's not logical, but Roman Reigns lost to Braun Strowman at Fastlane. Roman Reigns, for the past couple of weeks, has gone to Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley requesting a WrestleMania match against Braun Strowman. But Braun Strowman does not have anything in tow for WrestleMania. So Roman Reigns is pissed. He goes home early. He forfeits his match. The next week on Raw, The Undertaker walks out at the end of the show with Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley about to announce an open challenge for Roman Reigns to anybody on SmackDown. Right before The Undertaker's music hits. Undertaker walks out. He said, I have dug 29 holes for 29 souls. And one soul that I left out cost me the Royal Rumble match. I want that soul. I want Roman Reigns. So, Mick Foley and Stephanie McMahon are left in the ring. The blue light. Undertaker walks away up the ramp. Midway through the ramp, looks back at the WrestleMania sign and walks away. Following week on Raw, Roman Reigns cuts a promo. Now, we're not having a script here. We're telling Roman Reigns, cut a promo about The Undertaker, about what you're going to do to The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and what your plan to walk out as the winner would be. So we're allowing Roman Reigns to be himself. No script before, nothing. Just Roman Reigns and a microphone. Because whether you know it or not, Roman Reigns is capable of good promos. It's just he's held back so much by the WWE. So, what we're going to do is limit the script that he has. We're going to allow him to be himself. Cuts a promo. Undertaker, I cost you your Royal Rumble match. I guarantee you want revenge. That's why you're challenging me at WrestleMania. That's why you have decided to open your WrestleMania slot up this year for the big dog. Well, that big dog is going hunting. And that big dog is going hunting in the graveyard. And dead man, you're the guy that the big dog is looking for. Points at the WrestleMania sign. Shows I main evented WrestleMania last year. Hold on a minute. Fuck it. Why not? Undertaker, I main evented WrestleMania last year. I walked out with the World Championship, which is something you're oh so familiar with. We don't have too much in common, but we have common ground to stand on. But at WrestleMania 33, you and I go one-on-one, not in the main event, not for a World Championship, out of bloodlust. And at WrestleMania 33, dead man, you're going to have one more blemish to add to that record. Drops the mic, walks away. Undertaker, nor Roman Reigns, appears on the Raw the following week. WrestleMania is being built up. Right before the match, they have a video package signifying The Undertaker's road from his first WrestleMania until this WrestleMania, stating that if he cannot get where he wants to be, he doesn't want to continue on this road. Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. This is the match where Roman Reigns and The Undertaker are allowed to be themselves. Brawl, fight. It's more of anything other than a wrestling match. And it's no disqualification because I want it to be. Don't disagree with me. Anyway, Roman Reigns and Undertaker, they're battling. They're brawling. They have a 25-minute match. Almost 30 minutes. And Undertaker has Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is crawling, grabbing at the pant leg of the Undertaker, looks up, spits in his face. Undertaker looks back down, does this, right halfway, arm to the balls. Roman Reigns low blows the Undertaker. Gets up, bounces off the corner, Superman punch, bounces off the ropes, spear, looks at the crowd, looks all around at Sun Life Stadium in Miami, Florida. Or Orlando, Florida, whatever. I'm sorry. Looks back, gets into the corner one more time. Ooh-ah! Spears the Undertaker. Looks at the crowd, goes to the pin, hooks the leg, and on his back, lays on the Undertaker, crosses his leg, 1, 2, 3. Gets up, smiles at the crowd, and walks away. Roman Reigns has beaten the Undertaker. It's not where the feud ends, but it's where it starts. So, with that, we go to our third match on the main card. I know. Bear with me. The Raw Women's Championship match, Charlotte versus Bayley. So, Charlotte's beaten Bayley at the Royal Rumble for the Women's Championship. They raise the stakes. At Fastlane, it's a no disqualification match. Bayley versus Charlotte. Charlotte wins, retains the Raw Women's Championship. Then, Bayley is requesting one more shot. Charlotte's 17-0 at pay-per-views. Charlotte is 17-0 at pay-per-views, and WrestleMania would be the perfect opportunity to crush 17-0. One more shot. Week after week, Charlotte says no. Bayley, one more shot. Charlotte says no. Bayley says, I will give you anything in order to get one more shot. So Charlotte says this: you have been a thorn in my side for the past however many months since you got here. I want to take that thorn out of my side and throw it away. So if you want a shot, one more match, one more shot at the Raw Women's Championship, you're going to put your job on the line. So the stipulation is, if Bayley loses, she's fired. Not from Raw, but from the WWE. Her dream is crushed, and she goes back to being a fan. So, Charlotte versus Bayley setup. The match starts. Charlotte, Bayley, they're in respective corners. They look at each other. It's about 30 seconds of stare down. Nobody moves. The crowd starts chanting, this is awesome. Because you have that aura in the air. You have the feeling in the air. There's a stipulation on the line. Someone's job is on the line. You feel like it's a possibility. Charlotte's 17-0 at pay-per-views. She's at a run with the Women's Championship. She's got Bayley's number. It feels like Bayley is outnumbered when it's one-on-one. So, that's where the aura fits in. They start slowly walking around the ropes. Bayley's walking around as well. And then they lock up. And the match is a technical masterpiece because both performers can go for what seems to be hours. And in the end, Bayley wins with a Bayley to belly. And then the figure 4. Bayley makes Charlotte tap out, not only losing the match in her first pay-per-view and the Women's Championship, but losing via submission. Bayley is your new Women's Champion. Then we have one more match before I decide to call part 1 of this video. Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. A lot of people are saying, I don't want to see this match. It's going to be another squash match. Goldberg destroyed Lesnar at Survivor Series and did it even quicker at the Royal Rumble? Why would I want to see a shorter squash match at WrestleMania? Why would I want Brock Lesnar to get paid millions for about 30 seconds worth of competition? I'm booking it now. I'm in charge. I'm going to make it worth it. So, here's what I'm going to have. Goldberg is going to get paid a little bit extra. Vince McMahon's going to shell out the money. And he's going to ensure that Goldberg appears on Raw more often. Goldberg shows up on Raw every week or so, every other week. And every other week that Goldberg's not there, Paul Heyman is. And week by week, they go on about Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg at WrestleMania 33. Goldberg says one thing one week, Heyman responds. Then Goldberg responds to Heyman's response, and Heyman responds to Goldberg's response. And then Heyman, probably like the final week or two, or the final Raw, the second to last Raw before WrestleMania, Heyman walks out. Goldberg interrupts him. It's not pronounced that Goldberg would be on Raw that night. It's just a shock. Goldberg shows up out of nowhere. Paul Heyman is in the corner. He is deathly afraid. He has insulted Goldberg's family, his career, his hair, his locker room door, everything. He's hit him with everything. And Goldberg's got Heyman by the suit. He's going, I'm just an advocate. I'm just an advocate. I'm just... Lesnar's theme hits. Nobody thinks of anything. Brock Lesnar cannot be here. There would be no point of Heyman being here every single week if Lesnar was going to show up 1 or 2 weeks before WrestleMania. It makes no sense. Goldberg looks at the ramp. Brock Lesnar walks out smug and cocky like he did in 2002. Because we're now reverting to 2002 Lesnar. Not regular 2002 Lesnar, but part-time 2002 Lesnar. It's the same Lesnar, but part-time as opposed to regular time. Full-time. And Lesnar looks at the ring and he looks at the ground, tears his shirt in half, tears off the sweatpants. He's got the old black Lesnar trunks on, storms to the ring. Goldberg rips off his shirt, rips off the sweatpants. He's in his wrestling gear. Everybody's like, wait, what the fuck's going on? And just as they say that, Lesnar and Goldberg are beating the fucking shit out of each other. They are running rampant through ringside. Lesnar's literally knocking Goldberg's head into the announce table to the point where the fucking table itself breaks in half. He is throwing Goldberg into the ring post. Lesnar's being thrown into the fucking barricade. Goldberg spears Lesnar through the barricade. Goldberg gets up. Lesnar no-sells the spear. Hits Goldberg with a fucking chair from the crowd. Everybody's going insane. You can't tell Goldberg or Lesnar what to do, so they're hitting each other over the fucking skulls with chairs to the point where everybody's out there. Management, superstars, security from the fucking crowd are trying to pull apart these two people. And it's to the point where even half the locker room, because one half is on Goldberg, one half is on Lesnar, they cannot contain them. Goldberg and Lesnar are literally running through half the fucking WWE employees in total and beating the shit out of each other. They're bleeding. They're battered. They're exhausted. And it takes to the point where they're finally out of breath. They're down to their last ounce and everybody's able to pull them apart and Raw goes off the air. Lesnar versus Goldberg, a video package hits the Raw before WrestleMania. Lesnar's story from the beginning of his career until this point. Goldberg's story from the beginning of his career to this point. It all settles at WrestleMania 33. 13 years after their first encounter in a pro wrestling match. Lesnar, Goldberg, two forces. Goldberg is now the one that is underthinking Lesnar, or overlooking Lesnar. Lesnar's the one with something to prove. Goldberg was the one with something to prove. Lesnar was the one overlooking Goldberg back at Survivor Series. The roles are reversed here. The match is a fucking brawl. And back and forth, they are outside the ring, bashing into the steel steps, bashing into the fucking posts, barricades, the the announce tables. They're beating each other up the ramp to the point where they're literally using everything they can as a weapon where they can't get disqualified. You'd use the ring post, the stairs, anything without using it as a foreign object and just using it as an environmental object, so that way they don't get disqualified, but they're using it to inflict pain upon each other. And Goldberg has got the upper hand. He's gunning for that spear. He's got him up. He's looking, he's in the corner. Goes for a spear. Lesnar hits him with a knee to the skull. Lesnar, German suplex. Another German suplex. Holds on. Third German suplex. The three amigos. Aura of Chris Benoit is in the air. But it's in there. Lesnar is furious. He's down. He's gunning at Goldberg. He's got him in his sights. F5. Cover. Goldberg kicks out at 2. Lesnar picks him up. Goldberg kicks out at 2.5. So Lesnar goes one more time. Picks him up, looks at him, and because you can't tell Brock Lesnar to do shit, flips him off, picks him up. F5, 1, 2, 3. Lesnar finally picks up his first win over Goldberg. And Goldberg and Lesnar, their feud is done. And that concludes part 1 of how WWE should book WrestleMania 33 UnitardZ edition. If you liked, please show me your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing from this video to this channel and on this video, so that way I can ensure you enjoyed it. Part 2 should be up momentarily. And if you're watching this now and my live stream is currently going, check into the live stream. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my like, comment, and subscribe for more. My name is Zach Hardy, and I'm signing off.